We're in the part of the stream where I make sure I'm streaming and I make sure that all the buttons have been clicked and that all of the stream health numbers are saying that it's healthy and all of the good stuff is happening. Looks like all is well. We are now in the sharing to Blue Sky that I'm going live stage of the stream. I wrote it ahead of time this time, so this particular step takes less time. All right, so I'm going to post that. Make sure that it works. Seems to have worked. All right, let's get settled in. Got my icy. It's mostly water at this point because it got really hot. I mean, 30 degrees in Ottawa. It's pretty hot. Anyways. All seems to be going according to plan. So, hi! Now the stream actually starts. Welcome to my stream. I'm looking at the camera. That's how you know that I'm talking to you, I guess. Got my piece of paper on the door so people don't bother me. I've got my drink. I've got water for later when I run out of drink. I've got sugar in me. I took a nap. All right, so before we get into the gameplay, I want to talk about my decks. The deck. So let's start by looking at the way the deck was at the end of the last gameplay. So, end of last gameplay. Actually, let me take 2 steps back. So first of all, we have a plan for this deck. The plan is turn 2, you play Voice of Victory. Turn 3, you play Arnon. Now, when you attack with Voice of Victory, you create the 2/1/1 mobilize triggers, right? Those 2 tapped and attacking creatures inevitably die one way or another, and Arnon triggers twice. So you get 2 deaths, so you get 4 drain. So assuming they don't have any blockers, that's 7 damage. Assuming they have a small blocker, it's a little less than 7 damage. Hopefully they don't have blockers. Doesn't actually matter if they do, because turn 4, we play Delny Streetwise Lookout. Delny doubles the creation of the triggers, so you create 4 of the tapped and attacking warrior creature tokens. And then when they die, Delny sees them die. Sees Arnon seeing them die, and doubles those triggers. You get 8 triggers, and each of those 8 triggers has 2 life point drain. So you do 16 damage just from that. And if they didn't have any blockers, then that's 20 damage. And then if they plus the Voice of Victory, if it gets through, that's another 1 damage. So essentially, it is a turn 4 win. And the early version of this deck, the way we made that work, we had a bunch of kind of small cards here and there doing different things. So we had Vengeful Blood Witches to make things curve a little better. We had Tiny Bones, who kind of sometimes drew removal. We had Gas Guzzler, and where's the other one? Nesting Bots were little guys that kind of could be fed into a Corrupted Conviction to a draw. We had Requiting Hexes to remove a small opponent. We had Day of Judgment to clear the board, and then we had Raise the Past to bring everything back. We had End the Hunt as like a clean removal for these kind of big stacky creatures. Not stacky, like the when you put all the pieces on the Boggles creatures, right? When you put a bunch of enchantments on a single creature, that one. So basically that's kind of what that was built around. And we had earlier on, we even had other things in this deck, like we had a Sephiroth, and we had a Mozio, and we had all these different things doing different things. And over here we had Dulcim Encampment adds extra bodies during some attacks. The Restless Fortress, I had a couple of those doing the same thing. So basically, this is not the first version of the deck. It's kind of a version, I think it's 29, version 29 of the deck. So I went through a lot of iteration, and it just kind of kept getting more this, that, and the other thing. So for example, Cathar Commando, yes, it triggers everything. It can die. It has the low toughness, so that triggers Arnon. It has, it can when it dies, it triggers Vengeful Bloodwitch. It can be returned because it's a 2-mana spell with the Raise the Past, and I can use it to remove opponent's enchantments. And then, like I said, end the hunts and the requiting hexes to deal with other things. Like, there was a lot of like dealing with problems, dealing with when things go wrong, dealing with redundancy, that kind of stuff. So that's when I was changed to the new version of the deck, which this old deck, I'm calling it Awkward Orzhov Synergy, or Awkward Synergy Orzhov. The new version of the deck is I don't have the lands in this particular crop. That's fine. Let me just, you don't need to know about the lands. I can mouse over them. Okay, so you'll notice right away that it is a very different deck, even though all the basic things are the same. So instead of 3 Voice of Victories, we have 4 Voice of Victories. Instead of 2 Arnons, we have 4 Arnons. Same for Delny, same for Enduring Innocence. We still have our Gas Guzzler, we still have our Nesting Bot, but now we also have an Inspiring Overseer. I might scrolled this wrong. Yeah, I got the scroll wrong. There, fit that there. Okay. So, and then this one. Yeah. Okay. So, the old deck was about redundancy and making things work and smoothing things out. This one is get the 3 cards I need into play. And so the first way that you do that is have more copies of the card that you want to play. So that's step 1. So 4, 4, 4. And then the next part of the plan is if I don't have the card, I want to draw the card. So we have our 4 Corrupted Convictions still, and we also have 4 Nesting Bots and 4 Gas Guzzlers. Gas Guzzler, if we get it online, like if you get to the point where it's max speed, then you can use it as basically another Corrupted Conviction. It's basically the repeatable Corrupted Conviction for later game. And then we also have the Nesting Bots, still 4 of those, because you might as well have an extra body to die, but actually Nesting Bot is mostly there for the Corrupted Conviction. It's just a card draw. And also, Enduring Innocence. We have 4 Enduring Innocence. And the Enduring Innocence, again, we want to trigger it. So we have Nesting Bots. We have Gas Guzzlers. And then Inspiring Overseer is, yet again, it's card draw. It triggers, yes, it triggers Arnon when it dies. Yes, the card draw doubles on Delny. Yes, it's a flyer, which is a good blocker. But the important part is it draws cards. So step 1, lots of copies of the card you want. Step 2, draw more cards. Then step 3 is what happens when things go wrong. So we have things to bring stuff back. So level 1 bring stuff back is, which one did I put as level 1? Okay, it's Leonardo's Technique. So I had Raise the Past and a bunch of 2-mana creatures. That was really perfect for that other deck because I always had a bunch of 2-mana creatures in the graveyard, 2 or less mana creatures in the graveyard. This time, you'll notice a lot of 3-mana creatures. And the things that I want out of my graveyard are 3-mana creatures. So Leonardo's Technique gets me 2 of those out of the graveyard onto the battlefield. And it usually costs 4, but if I happen to cast it during combat, it costs 2. I just have to bounce something. So, for example, if I were to attack with Voice of Victory, I create my 2 warriors, and then they don't block the Voice of Victory. I can play Leonardo's Technique, bounce the Voice of Victory, and then play Arnon or bring an Arnon and a Delny back from the graveyard to the battlefield, or any combination thereof. And then those 2 little warriors, when they die, instead of dealing 2 damage because they hit them, they're going to deal now 8 damage, right? So big surprise finish. Season of the Burrow. This one's kind of a good toolbox because it's got the three for return a permanent from the graveyard to the battlefield, and it gets indestructible. That is a great thing to put on a Voice of Victory or an Arnon. Make a big blocker. Sorry, I'm not a big blocker. A problematic blocker. Like, you could just block over and over again. Also great to bring back the Inspiring Overseer. It's a blocker, and it also draws you a card when it comes in, and it flies. So you got a lot of different ways to use this. And then if in a pinch, you bring back whatever part of the combo isn't on the battlefield, Arnon, Delny, or Voice of Victory, and you get the combo to go off. And then all else fails, you can exile target up to 2 of your opponent's target permanents, and that's good because if you get rid of permanents, they're not blocking and they're not doing weird shenanigans. So that's very valuable. Now, opponent draws a card, but the hope here is that you're dealing with a big enough threat that the card isn't going to be a problem. And ultimately, the creating the rabbit tokens is valuable because they're going to die eventually, which triggers Arnon, and there's something to feed into the Corrupted Conviction if I need to draw cards. Now, this last couple are kind of weirdos. So, Assemble the Players gets me every single creature in my deck. So, basically, if like all of my creatures have 2 power or less. So if any of those 24 creatures on the top of my deck, I can play them. What's interesting is that this doesn't just, like, the looking at the top of your card thing, look at the top of your library thing matters, because sometimes you want to play an Inspiring Overseer or you want to trigger your Enduring Innocence to draw a card, and you know that the next card isn't going to do you any good. So maybe you do a different thing that turn, and then you do it on the next turn when there is something good on the top of the deck. And again, you can also, if whatever's on the top of the deck is something you do want, that's a good chance to do a Corrupted Conviction, even if the thing on the top of the deck isn't a creature that you can cast. You can Corrupted Conviction to get your Leonardo's technique or something like that, knowing that it's there. And then finally, the Smile at Death. This is a weird one because it's really good, and the one game where I managed to play it and have it resolve and have it do something, it won me the game. The problem is it actually makes everything too big. So if the Voice of Victory is now a 2/4, which doesn't trigger Arnon when it dies. Now, its little minions do, which is fine, but you know, if you bring back Arnon, suddenly it's a 3 mana and it doesn't trigger Delny. And if you bring back Enduring Innocence, now it's a 3/2 and it doesn't trigger Delny. And they enter as with the additional counter on them. Sometimes they don't trigger Innocence because they enter as 3 power. So like 99.9% of the time, it's an awkward like version of the creature, but it's not like a problem. It's just, it's not what I planned to do. So this one's a little off plan, but I actually have an idea on how to get it back on plan. So I can shrink my creatures back down with Requiting Hex. So I'm thinking what I want to do here is I'm going to play a couple games with the deck as it is, and then if it's not quite working out, or if Smile at Death is working but not the way I want it to, I'll get some Requiting Hexes in there. And I think there's another Blight card that exiles a creature, so I'll try that one, because I think it'd be really funny to Smile at Death, bring back a creature, and then shrink it back down with Requiting Hex or that other one to bring it back into the range so that it double triggers. That'd be really fun. And then my lands, basically the same as they were before. I got a Bleachbone Verge, Congealed Courtyard, Dalkin of Encampment. It actually still is perfectly good, and with the deck being a little bit more kind of consistently able to attack, it even works better. Fabled Passages are kind of great because they can kind of thin your deck just a little bit. once you've drawn them, and they fix either if you don't draw the swamp right away. I have far few swamps because the only two things I need the swamps for is Arnon and Corrupted Conviction. It's very important to have black mana. I do have Shattered Sanctum, Restless Fortress, Godless Shrine, and Concealed Court. Like, I have all these ways to make black mana, but I really need it sometimes. So anyways, there might be other ways to do the lands. And that's it. So that's the deck we're going to play. Let me quickly go back to the widescreen. I don't have any viewers. I am streaming. Let me see if anybody responded to my post about going live. There is no one who has responded to my post about going live. That's fine. This video is probably just going to be a VOD then. So it'll go live on my channel, and people can watch it there. So let us go to gameplay. All right. So this is my all-in deck. I'm just going to play right away with the current version. If anybody has any comments on how I'm doing my stream, how I'm formatting things, how I'm moving things around, I like feedback. Feedback is great. If anybody has any questions, please ask questions. I love questions. Questions are great. This opening hand is not great. I have no pieces to play on turns 1 or 2. So we're going to mulligan this. This one is still not very good, but I do have better lands, and sometimes just drawing into the cards you need is worth risking. So I'm going to actually keep this one. Worst case scenario, I just play lands on for 3 turns and I lose. Ah, perfect. Oh, love to see it. Here, I'm talking myself out of a hand of 4 lands. You're gonna draw the right card. It's fine. Now they'll probably take Delny, but they probably should take Corrupted Conviction. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna play... I'm actually not gonna play anything. I'm gonna try to attack and see what they do. Because if they block with either of these, I feel like it's a good step in the right direction. And then I'm going to sack my nesting bot, get myself some cards, hopefully draw Voice of Victory. I did not draw Voice of Victory, but I did draw a Godless Shrine. So I've got my swamps, I got my plains. I never need more than 2 of either. I never need more than 2 white, and I never need more than 1 black for any given card, so I should be online now. We love having lots of cards in hand that are lands. I won't miss any landfalls. It'll be wonderful. Perfect. I think I'm going to play out this encampment they know about and this guzzler. Attack. And this is where I was saying at the beginning, you know, it's relatively easy to get to max speed in this deck, and once you do, you're basically able to use this as a Corrupted Conviction. Now, awkwardly, I'm probably gonna need... Ooh, interesting. I think I take the Overseer this turn. I was going to do a Godalcum of Encampment, but I think it's Overseer. Because that makes them stop attacking with the Delny. And do I want this gone? Yeah, let's attack. There's a chance that they are about to give me a free card. Woohoo, free card. Now, I should have possibly waited until they tried to destroy my Overseer, but I actually don't care about that Overseer. It's not important. Ooh, they're kind of off lands. See? Lands are great. Having every land, every possible land, perfect. Why would I not want this hand? It's all my lands. And I can draw cards next turn. Probably. Assuming they don't destroy my Gas Guzzler. That'll be great. Who's my graveyard? Just Nesting Bot. This is what I need to get back. So yeah, so far so good. I wonder what happens if I click this button in game. Oh, that works. I can kind of jump into that. Are they roping me, or did they disconnect, or are they actually trying to make important decisions? Ooh. That's worrying. I think that I don't want them having this guy anymore. Man, I could really use some cards. All right, we're going to do it this way. Encampment, encampment, activate, attack, make little dooders, see how they block. They probably won't block because they don't want to get rid of their guy. So I get my 4 damage in, and then I get to draw a card. Now, I don't think that they can play. What's the card? The big flying vampire or whatever that turns this into a one-shot kill. What is that card? I am a little worried. That guy. That's what I'm worried about. Let's do something interesting. So let's start with a plains and a nesting bot and a corrupted conviction. I don't think there's any way forward here other than to just put bodies in front. So like 99% sure I've lost. You can only block one anyway. Yeah. I'm like 99% sure I've already lost. I guess I can block the Delny. No, no. I've lost anyway, so I might as well. If they happen to misplay, like they've definitely won, right? Because they do 6 damage. Because they do this twice. Oh, 8. So they do 2. No. Only whenever you gain life, each opponent loses life. So they gain 2. They lose. Oh, well, now I've definitely lost. Honestly, I don't know, man. Like, I drew a lot of lands that game. I drew a lot of lands. Maybe I should run fewer lands? What do we think? Maybe I cut 2 lands and show, because I'm running 24 lands here. You can't actually see them because they're off to the side of the screen. But if I cut 2 lands, I could add the requiting hexes that I was thinking of. Huh. All right, one more game with the deck as it is, and if we have land flooding again, then we'll think about the requiting hexes. That would have solved both problems that game because I could have used it to take out the annoying bats early, and I could have taken out the bat that does the whenever you gain life, each opponent loses a life thing. Like, there's a lot of good reasons to try that. Oh! Oh! We definitely don't want them having that. But I literally do not have any enchantment removal in this deck anymore. Where's... Alright. So, let's play... Actually, let's attack and see if maybe we can bluff them into taking damage. We did not. Worth a try. Alright, and then I think I'm going to play this nesting bug. Next turn, hopefully I'll draw a white source so I can play Enduring Innocence. If I don't, I'm not sure if it's worth playing Dalny or not. I do have Smile at Death, so... Of course I draw both of that card. And I did not draw a white source, so I'm actually going to... Wait, no. I'm going to attack with both. Because then I get my 1 max speed trigger. Or engines trigger? I don't actually know what to call that particular trigger. There we go. So now I have another white source next turn when I want to play my Enduring Innocence. Interesting. All right. So I think it's just Enduring Innocence. And unfortunately, I have no free attack anymore because they have a lifelinker. Alright, well this is an interesting little pile. Do I want to take out this? Really no reason not to. Oh, well, that's a reason not to. Neat. Well, maybe I will draw a corrupted conviction. I did not. Well, I think I want to leave up those blockers. Seems like it's probably a good idea now. All right, so what do? So I definitely want to block the biggest guy. And this I do want to take out. And I might as well also block this one. That seems reasonable. And that's 2 deaths and a draw. I think that's a reasonable result. Now they do have 42 life. I have not. That has not. Okay, that had gone unnoticed until now. So that is a worry. That is a worry. So let's so that one's going to tap. Okay. So let's look at the numbers here. So they're going to attack me with 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So they're going to attack me for 18. That doesn't kill me. What can I bring back? I can bring back an Arnon. And I can bring back a nesting bot. If I do that, that gives me a draw. And I can play the Voice of Victory. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to attack. Hopefully they will not block. Obviously they can't block. I will Leonardo's technique. I will bring back Arnon and a nesting bot. Autoplay. Zoink. Then I will draw a card. All right, so if I block one thing, I'll get a card draw. I think I really wish I could play the voice, but I think I need the lifelink. / card draw. I think I don't know if I'm gonna stabilize here, but all right, so this and this. And do I take out another one with Arnon? Because now it's got a smile at death. I feel like this time I leave Arnon off. You gain life and draw a card. What does this do? So they're gonna draw a card. I think we're gonna do this. I think that they're starting to run out of answers. Okay, so that's good. Do I have any... I guess assembled the players is the closest thing to card draw that I have. So let me see if I can get something good. Nope. So Inspiring Overseer. That'll let me block. Draw me a bunch of cards. Man, I really expected to draw something better than that, but no attack. We will discard, I think, this Concealed Courtyard. Those guys look familiar. So just block. Big one. Actually, I don't need to block this turn. Yeah, I'm going to say no block. All right, so planes. Can I play this and blockers? Yeah, so I'm gonna play you. And then you. Can I survive another attack? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to take a lot, I think. Enduring Innocence. And a Voice of Victory. No attacks. Discard a Fabled Passage. Okay. So this for sure block. This for sure block. This for sure block. So now I'm taking... Does the lifelink trigger first? Okay, I'm gambling on me remembering that the lifelink from Enduring Innocence is going to trigger first. I do not know if that's true. It is. Excellent. I have very clearly lost this game. I have one more basic land. Alright, there's Delny. There's Arnon. Attack with the voice of victory. We deal more damage than they were expecting. We panic, sacrifice, voice of victory. We get 4 triggers. Each doubled. We discard 3 cards. I think the Restless Fortress. Actually, Voice of Victory. I might want to play that one. So 1 and 2 and 3. So we sort of stabilize. So we got 20, 24. 24? So if I block one of these 6s. Oh, we had more than 24. So we have 10, 25. We have 25. So I've got to block another one. I miscounted. That one, we get the thing. I mean, I did deal 21 damage. You can't say I didn't. They just had 60 health at the time. Okay, so I have seen too many lands too many times, and I have seen, oops, shoot. And I've seen too many cases where a requiting hex, or what's that other one called? Just give me a second. I gotta find the other one. Too many cases where it would have mattered to get rid of one of my opponent's creatures. So I think that it's time to modify my deck. So here's the plan. I'm going to edit. Remind myself of the plan. Plan is voice Arnon. Voice Arnon Delny. This is the wrong background color. Oh well. That's fine. I'll make it go away. I remember. So, I think it had Blight and it was 2 black. MV. 2. And then Blight. Yes. So I think that a Bog Slither's Embrace is a decent way to deal with things. I End the Hunt is what I used before, but Bog Slither Embrace has it's kind of silly. So Arnon doesn't see Delny die. And Arnon doesn't see Arnon die. So having Blight on Arnon so that it's a 1/1 not really going to make a difference because it's death touch anyway. It doesn't matter how much damage she's dealing. But it makes her, when she dies, deals an extra 2 damage and gains me an extra 2 life. So Blight is kind of a good thing. And then Requiting Hex. I feel like Requiting Hex is also a good thing. The Fog Slithers is basically the get rid of a big thing. The Requiting Hex is get rid of a small thing. Now, what do we cut to make room for those? So I said I was going to cut some lands. And because I have cut lands, I didn't have a chance to play Burrow or Death that last couple games. So let's try 1 fewer Burrow and 1 fewer Smile, or do we pick one and get rid of 2 copies? I think I'm not sure which one is right, so I'm going to keep 1 of each. Could also cut Leonardo's technique, but no, there's actually a reason to have him there. That said, it does bring me down to 4 total reanimation methods, which is kind of... Maybe I cut Nesting Bot. Or some Corrupted Convictions, because now I've got a bunch of 1-mana spells. I'm gonna try it this way and see what happens. So we are now version... This will be version 7. And again, I'm not sure... Oh, I can show my plan on this screen. There's the plan. This hand plays to the plan. All right. So, turn 1, turn 2, 1, 2, and then turn 3, if I haven't drawn the right thing, I can Corrupted Conviction my voice. So, we have plays for days. Well, for turns. All right, so step 0. Step 1. Our speed has started gathering. Okay. So, you and you. That's an interesting card. Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample for 2 mana. That's exciting. No attacks. I haven't seen this card a lot. Oh, I've seen that card a lot. Nearly constantly, actually. That card... Alright, I think I'm going to let that go through. I want another land. That was a land. Alright. And play a voice. So what I'm thinking is going to happen here is probably I'm going to burrow this or these 2. Oh, I guess that. I got a couple burrow targets when I get to turn 5 if I'm not dead by that point. Which is going to be a near thing. Well, that's not great. So will I survive next turn? So this is 4. And this is another 4. So a total of 8 damage. And they could boost it somehow. So I think what's going to happen here is I am going to hope that next turn I'm going to draw Arnon. Because I really don't have many other options here. That definitely changes some things. So they're going to do 9 damage and 11. So I need to block one of these. I'm going to block... Oh. They're going to do 12 damage. 12, eh? I think this gives me a turn. I don't... This is so stupid. That works, right? So now they're going to attack. I'm still dead. They just have to attack with everything. I don't think I had a choice there. Maybe if I'd taken that out and the seam rip. But honestly, no. Oh well. Didn't really even draw any of the cards that I changed in my deck. So that was a bad test. Maybe my high deck is bad. That is also a possibility. It won a bunch of games, but those could have been for random luck. It's in the store today. We got fun art versions. Nothing I'm jumping at today. If you notice that I'm looking at the wrong place a lot, this is my camera, this is my main play screen, and this is my stream screen. So if I'm looking over here, I'm looking at you. Alright, well, we don't have a creature for turn 1 or turn 2, but we can play this on turn 2, and then we definitely have something to do on turn 3. And we have a Requiting Hex, so if I play this, I have a chance of killing something early. Alright, we're keeping this. It's fine. Shift. Alright, so we're going to start with the swamp. The reason for the swamp is the Requiting Hex. And the Delcon of Enchantment. I could have played this, but that swamp, I can't play that. Not that it really matters, but, you know, they might make me discard or something. Who knows? Alright, so we're running up against at least red and blue. That is a card that I'm not particularly worried about, but I've got nothing better to do than ruin their day. Sometimes that's good enough. So I have one piece of my quote unquote. We got another one of those. How do I draw a card this turn? I play Shattered Sanctum. I play. Oh, I can't do both. Nice. I think I gotta play the Enduring Innocence. Sadly, I can't draw this turn. So they're gonna get to cast a spell and create a treasure. So yeah, they're big spells, it looks like. So, what do you do about big spells? I don't know. So, let's... So, if I play the Gas Guzzler, I will draw a card. So, let's start with the Gas Guzzler. See, this is another thing. I can look at the top of my library now, so I know Fabled Passages come to my hand. And then if whatever's on top of the library isn't good, I can use the Fabled Passage to roll the dice again and try to get something good. My opponent seems like they might be thinking about doing something. What is it that they think they might be doing? Are they going to cast some kind of opt or brainstormy type card? Alright, let's roll the dice again. I think I want another black because I have that plains in hand. Should have one more swamp, right? Yeah. Alright. Only one more basic land. Oh! Beautimus. Another card. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the combo, but we have all the pieces of the combo except for voice. And this thing does a good interpretation of voice at least some of the time. So we're gonna gain 2 life here, deal 2 damage. Our speed goes up. Things are happening. That said, this turn they can activate his Wild Idea, and we'll find out what instant or sorcery card is their big... Oh, nope, they decided not to. Interesting. Well, not like upset by that. I think I definitely want to take out Sonar though, before he can find his Wild Idea. He can still find his Wild Idea. Yeah, no, he's fine. He won't be able to cast it though. So you're gonna tell, does it reveal it? So I get to see what it is. Improvisation Capstone. And can he cast it? 5. Can't cast it this turn. They can't cast it this turn. But they definitely can next turn. Alright. So I can't play both. You may cast any number. Now it's going to be just one spell in the end. So I think what we do here is we play Arnon. We draw. Then we Twiting Hex, their one defender. Blight. Then we attack. 4, gain 2 life. And then we hope that whatever card comes off the top of their library is not impossible to deal with. Oh! All right. So I think I want a voice. And then I'm hoping for an Arnon. Did not get an Arnon. So let's do the Delny. Let's attack with Innocence. Gonna deal our damage. Or hit this thing. Probably just hit that thing. It's just life. So 33 life is a pretty good place to be. Now they're gonna have one big scary spell, and I'm gonna have a corrupted conviction to dig one more time. What are they gonna do? What they get? They're getting 2 little guys. I don't think that's gonna do it. I think I'm gonna be doing all right next turn. Assuming they don't board wipe. Lightning strike, okay. Who are you lightning striking? Please let it be Delny. Please let it be Delny. That was interesting. Oh boy. That's a lot of mana. There's really no chance. Where's my I'm worried remote? No, that's the embarrassed remote. That's the I'm worried remote. Alright, well, goodbye, Delny. Come on, Arnon. No Arnon yet. Still have a chance. Oh boy. But they're just gonna keep drawing. They don't have a haste enabler yet. Gosh. Okay. I think that I'm probably dead here, but if they somehow run out of gas before they get to the point where they can just kill me, They are floating 39 mana. 42, 45 mana. This is probably the end. We'll see though. What are we gonna do? Like, you gonna deck yourself out? That would be cool. You could just deck yourself out and lose the game that way. That would be hilarious. I mean, strongly doubt it. Alright, what are we at? We're at 9 face damage now, so still not dead. We're at way more than 9 face damage now. I'll count once they finish resolving. Yeah, no, I'm super dead here. Again, maybe they'll accidentally deck themselves. I think they've won. I think if they just decide at this point to let that mana leave their mana pool and attack. Oh. Fireball. Perfect. Sometimes you can turn a lot of mana into a lot of face damage. Alright. I don't think that that was a game that exemplified how my deck actually works. And I got real close to winning. In theory. For anyone joining, I do have... Here's my deck. It's a lot of silliness. Oh, good. Alright, so I have a turn 1. I have a turn 2 play. And 2/3 of my quote-unquote combo. Unless you control 2 or more. So that's that one. Alright. No voice of victory. We need a voice of victory. I gotta move this up higher, I guess. Move in the middle? There we go. Alright. Still no voice of victory. They bounced my assemble the players. I think that's fine. We're switching into draw lots of cards mode because they're in bounce everything and make things go. I could... I think I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to play... What are the chances that they've got removal? They've probably just been going to bounce stuff. I think I'm going to play Arnon here. Draws me a card. I can attack. And then if they play something small, I can womp it. Now, do you ever womp a Solemn Simulacrum? I kind of think you don't. That's it. We do have our voice of victory. So, plan's back online. Voice of victory. Draw a card. Alright. That, I mean, it stops them. What? Oh, right. So I have real no cost to attacking here, and except for drawing them a card. I think I'm gonna take it. They 100% want my guy to die. I 100% want my guy, etc., etc. So, depending on what they do this turn... Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it so much.
Power belongs to
Oh,
the
I'm so
patient.
angry.
An insight is vital to success.
Okay. We're switching into a slightly different mode of play. We are no longer ever going to be able to keep any of our creatures turn on turn. Now, they may decide that the Enduring Innocence is more of a problem, or the Assembled Players is more of a problem, but they could also just play 3 colorless spells, and my game plan is completely kaput. Completely kaput. I have no way of dealing with this. I'm like 99% sure I have no way of dealing with that. Take that. What do you do? Think we Delny. I can play Delny for days. Draw a card. There's a Gas Guzzler, that's good. I don't have... So now I can attack for free. Attacking for free is not nothing. Alright. So I think... I don't want him hitting 11. So sadly, this free attack is going to... this fella here. Can I turn this into any amount of damage? So if I Requiting Hex my Gas Guzzler, then I gain 2 life. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. No. Gosh, I don't like it. This guy, he's so mean. He's gonna... The game, it's so stupid. I don't know. I feel like... Yes, they got to 7 mana. And... the game wasn't over.
Heed my counsel.
And yes, it survived 2 turns.
Broken world. Focus, breathe, and my resources are yours. grant you a boon. Fate flows as easily as water. One step in the stratagem.
I just... No. No, Ugin. I don't want to play with you. I get it. It's 7 mana. It's fair. But, like... Not really. I don't know. Speechless. Just don't let them get to 7 mana. That's the trick. Don't let them get to 7 mana. Just need to beat them before turn 7. Or they have 6 kabillion things. Perfect. We have our turn 2 and our turn 3 unlock. I'm going to take the white in case all I draw after this is swamps. Ooh, you're fun. See, this is a cracked card with a bunch of ridiculous things you can do with it. But it doesn't make me angry. Because it, like, does annoying fair things, not annoying... Like, thank you. I wanted to land anyway. And fortunately, I run a small number of basics. So, it's fine. Happy to take that particular hit. I will enter tapped and play the Voice of Victory. We're doing okay. Now, if they try to take my Voice of Victory by some means, I can corrupted conviction. That's a good word. Alright, we're doing fine. They have two bodies. Still fine. Like, we're fine. Everything is fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bring back two Voice of Victories the hard way. Because why not? Nobody can stop me. No, I'm only gonna gain 9. Oh, this could be fun. So this is gonna do 10 damage and gave me 8 life. And now I'm out of board wipe range. They have to hit me in the face. Now they could hit me in the face for like 7, because put it in your hand. All right, what card is gonna win you the game? We got 8, Is 8 enough? Gonna lose 3 life. 10 damage. Hey, we won one! Yes. Alright, so I've been streaming for half an hour. Sorry, an hour and a half, almost. Almost an hour and a half. Why did I say it the weird way that I said it? This version of the deck has gotten its first win. I mean, it's three losses with this deck. And a win with the previous iteration. So, like, maybe I shouldn't have changed it, but honestly, it's hard to say. But I did win. All right, so we're now getting to the point where I would probably be thinking about going to bed under normal circumstances. So that's probably what's going to happen. But we had 1 win. Let's see if we can get a second win. 2 wins. Two wins. Two wins. All right. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. We have part of the plan already. Things could happen. Things could in fact happen. All right, do I play the Godless Shrine? No, we'll do unless you control 2 or fewer. Yeah, this is turn 1. Start our engines. Not that our engines mean much in this particular incarnation of the deck, but hey. This turn 2. And then we attack for 1. All right, so we now have decisions to make. Because if I play Arnon, I deal 7 damage. But if I don't deal it, but if I play Inspiring Overseer, I still do quite a bit of damage. Well, I mean, 4 damage. Puts me kind of closer in range and has a chance of... Is that the smart play? Because they're just going to remove Arnon, and I don't have a recovery option yet. I think we're going to do the Cleric. I mean, yeah, it is a Cleric. Angel Cleric. Get a life, draw a card. There's Delny. You know what the worst thing is? It would have happened. Because if I'd played Deathbloom and they didn't remove it, I would have drawn Delny the next turn. Ah, well. And now they're going to play Superior Spider-Man or some ridiculous combo. Oh, no combo yet. All right. Things have not completely fallen off yet. Oh, Delny would have been so good! I hates it. I hates it forever. I hates it. So we're going to play Voice of Victory again. We're going to attack. And what can you do? Exile a creature. Man. I should have just done it. Like, I would have been more board wiped either way. Oh. Yeah, no, we do not like that. So this is where things get interesting. If they remove Arnon, game plan's offline. Oh my gosh!
I am the master of this world. I see no
I hate it
the
so
wise
much.
heed my
Oh.
advice.
Oh, it's so annoying. The nice thing here is I'm going to do a lot of damage to this stupid Ugin. It's not enough to win, but it's a moral victory. Friggin' Ugin. I just
Open your mind
so
to
angry.
possibility.
Just listen to this asshole. All right. Leonardo's technique. Oh. It's not enough. It's not enough, but it's still awesome. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'll send one of these at friggin' Ugin. Just for spite, we're gonna send another one. Ah! Oh, it wasn't just for spite. They actually did have a blocker.
This world
Stupid friggin' Ugin. Oh. 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 Oh, that felt good. Alright. I'm gonna play this card. Because that will draw me a card. Think ironically, I think that this is the play. That's 5 damage. So I animate this land. And I attack with everything. Except for Delny on the wait, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm doing 14 damage. It's not enough to kill them. I'm going to hold back Delny. Oh wait, I'm doing way more than 14. I'm glad I held back Delny. Unfortunately, you can't block any of my guys. Hit them with the oops. Alright, Now if they play a friggin' Ugin. Yes. Okay. I hate Ugin so much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh. Oh man. Just it feels so good. It feels so good to win. It feels so good to win against Ugin now. All right. Well, that's a really good way to end the stream. The villain has been defeated. I've got a couple wins. The deck is basically doing what it's supposed to do. Um, I honestly, this is a silly niche deck that's designed to be cool and fun to have exciting games on stream. It's not like a competitive deck, but I am a diamond, so like it's not a terrible deck. It's just not a great deck. So yeah, I'll bring up the deck on screen because it's a slightly different version, just so we can look at it for the YouTube video. All in here and edit deck. And then you click this button, and then you click this button, and then you click this button, and then you move this back where it's supposed to be. There, okay. So we've got, this is the deck list. Nothing terribly interesting over here, just some land. The Restless Fortress, I guess, a little bit interesting. And can I move this? I wish I could move things to like. Just let me put cards where I want them. Anyway, the Dalcom Encampment didn't get to do much. Restless Fortress did a little bit. I think it made my opponent worried, which moral victory. Never resolved Smile at Death, even though I cut one, obviously, that makes a difference. Never managed to cast Season of the Burrow. You see what they do, though. This one, basically, what you want to do, or at least what this card is for, is you put it on the field when you have nothing better to do and you have cards in your graveyard. And it's, at worst, something for your opponent to waste a removal on. Season of the Burrow, again, we'd actually use this to exile the two war leader call. Yeah, that one. So we did end up having to worry about this card. And that's, I mean, that's it. It didn't matter in that game, but that's what that card's for. Is it's just I can take out two big important pieces, or reanimate and give something indestructible. All my cards are valid targets. Leonardo's technique, that one we actually. Oh, sorry, you were watching, so we. There was a couple times where I think this won us the game. I'm not entirely sure that I need more than 2 copies, but I think there's enough times where just bringing back a Delny and an Arnon would have won me a game if I happened to have it in hand. And there was a couple where I brought back those 2 Voice of Victories. I'm pretty sure that won me that game. There's been enough times that I think, that's worth doing. Bogslither's Embrace, we only got to use once, but it essentially won us that game because we got to take out that big scary, what's his name? Yeah, the Bloodthirsty Conqueror, right? We took out this guy. And I think that we were about to lose the game to an effect if we had not. So that seems fine. Everything seems fine. I'm happy with the deck as it is, with the minor exception that, like, I wish I had room for more of these. I wish I had room for more of these. And I did cut 2 lands, and cutting 2 lands didn't really seem to hurt me at all. There was maybe 1 or 2 games where I was on 3 lands, but again, I only really need 3 lands to do stuff. Anyways, let's switch to this view. Hello! Hey, Big Me. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for watching my VOD or whatever you call it when the YouTube video of the live stream posts. I am waving goodbye now because I need to find the button that lets me stop my live stream. And this is how I end my stream, is I'm waving goodbye and bye. And there's going to be a button on one of these interfaces where I can click end stream, and there it is. And there's a confirmation dialog. And then I click dismiss.